Hi, so I just want to give a very quick overview of Canvas, which is a great tool to help you navigate and guide your students through a flipped classroom setting. So essentially, Canvas works as an app, which is something that most of your students are going to be fairly familiar with, especially if they have a cell phone, like most of them do. Canvas actually has its own cell phone app that allows students to navigate the course just as if they were using a laptop. So it offers a lot of great opportunities for students who may not have all of those resources. So within your apps that you see usually pushed out through your district, you'll click on the Canvas app, and that's going to take you to your dashboard. Go ahead and sign in. Sorry. And once you get logged in, it'll take you to the dashboard. So typically on your student side of things, each of these little tabs will be a reflection of their schedule. So they'll have science, reading, things like that. For you as an instructor, it probably shows your team sandbox. It probably shows district training sites, as well as your overall courses. So we'll go ahead and go to my course. The way that my course is set up, there's a lot of different ways that it can be set up, in particular to your specific subject. When the students get to your homepage, it's going to be an overview of the course, and they essentially just click through each tab that they see. Your announcements will load at the top. So if you're pushing out anything, like the other day, we were having trouble with links. So I was able to send an announcement to all of my students in one easy send out that had active links for them to use for the day. So typically, however you want to set it up, you can set it up in modules. This is what we have here. And it's a pretty easy step-by-step guide. All of the students' things to do will be on the right. If you would like to add a module, you have that option right at the top. For each module, I typically have one just for resources. So how to schedule a Zoom, what are my class expectations, and you can upload files. You can even upload videos like I have here. I've listed out my daily Zooms for this 6 weeks already. So that way the students, if they're absent or if they didn't get on, they can check it out in the days following. So you get your module set up, and you can set it up by unit. That's what how we do it, but we break it down into weeks so that if a student is absent, let's say on the 18th, I can tell them, hey, go revisit week 13 and check out that specific day for anything you may have missed. So for today's page, they'll go ahead and click it, and it'll open up for their activities for the day. So essentially, you're still guiding them, you're still instructing them. Some teachers don't get as detailed, and I try to keep it as simple and organized as possible. But what you essentially do is you just have an agenda set out. The students will go through the 4 steps for the day. They'll complete a warm-up for attendance and for a potential grade. So you can even add in links. When you link in something, the student will click it, and then on their end, it'll open up the assignment. A couple of tips and tricks: always making sure that whenever you're ready for the students to take the assignment, making sure it's published. My students are pretty good at reminding me, hey, you didn't publish that, so I can't do it yet. So once they get used to the layout, they're helping me with anything that may not work. If anything's not linked correctly, they're always a huge help. From there, you can get them started on their daily activities and their assignments. We've been working with the other Wes Moore, and so right now they're working through a compare contrast project. And you have this great tool that allows you to link in documents with a preview viewer. So if a student is accessing Canvas on their phone, it'll still pop up. So sometimes the links kind of give them a hard time through their phone. With this previewer, they're allowed to see what they kind of have going on, even if they can't access the document at that time. So you can send in however many documents you would like for that particular day. they have a final draft due tonight. So I just added that in today so that they could access that. And then you also have a great tool of linking in submission sites. So students can either type in their responses or upload a picture of their drafts and upload it here for your grading. And I haven't published it, so I publish it, make sure it's working for them on their end. Now, overall, that's just like a daily overview. Canvas has a lot of great tools. They have the option of the gradebook that can sync up to your district gradebook for whatever district grading site you use. We use Skyward. It can sync to that. So whatever grade you put in here magically transfer over to that. There are rubrics available for you to use for any sort of material, and it stores all of your past items that you've uploaded. So any files that you've shared, like this final draft page, will be shared to files and it will stay there. It also gives you a great calendar option as well as groups. So if you want to group any of your students for any sort of particular projects, they can do that. Which is a lifesaver, especially in this new virtual teaching world. And it really gives students the responsibility to take a hold of their learning. So you're still here as a guide to guide them through all of the information you're presenting to them, but with directions that are simple to follow. They are able to really work on some of those skills that are going to help them be successful in the future. So they're able to do some critical thinking. They're able to do some problem solving. What should I do if a link doesn't work? My kids have become whizzes at presenting me with a professional email and asking for help. So it's been a great tool in really kind of being an advocate for students in their learning. It's gotten a lot of my students to speak up for something that they need, as well as helping some of my kids who aren't really comfortable talking in front of everybody else to reach out in a way that allows them to get help when needed without having to kind of draw attention to themselves in the classroom setting. So there's a lot of great tools that you can use. One of the newest features is the studio. I still use Zoom, but just like YouTube, I can upload my recorded Zoom and it'll be there for my students. And I can edit it and add in questions just as I could if I used any other sort of online tool to edit my videos. So at first it can be kind of overwhelming, but as a support tool, this has been so great, especially in a setting where we don't really have a choice but to flip the classroom, where technology is no longer the support. We as a teacher have become the support, and technology has become the main line of content. So as far as Canvas goes, there's a lot of great tools that can help you connect to your students, as well as making sure that they're still getting the best education possible.